Welcome back to Kinlaig on Farming Simulator 25 Highlands Fishing. It's episode 6 with me, MrSealyp. So it's 2:21. I was making my decisions off the back of the last episode. We delivered water to the quarry. I've got 200,000 we borrowed from the bank. We've already bought a water bowser. I thought, okay, so this episode I had in my head, I'm set, I'm going to do this because I want to experience some more of the stuff that Kinlaig and Highlands Fishing has to offer. And I suddenly thought, oh, I know what I'll do. Let's just have a quick check in the contracts. That was a silly move because Honions, I can still taste it. We've got an onion harvest. Pays out nearly 30 grand. Well, we won't pay out 30 grand because I've borrowed the equipment and machinery. We've got 2 JCBs. We've got the 4220 icon and we've got the larger 8000 icon. We've got the onion, well, harvester, topper, collector, washer type debris, and we've also got the big old grimmer for collecting them. However, I might try and use the forage pickup header with a trailer and see if I can pick up the onions that way, because again it's a kind of, I'm going to get to do onions, which is what I want to experience all it. Am I necessarily going to plant onions myself? Am I necessarily going to buy all the onion equipment myself? Maybe not, but at least doing contract work I get to have a go with all of it. Will we have onions left over? If we do have onions left over, which I'm hoping we do, then maybe we could buy the onion bagger and we can still do some onion bagging, so I can pour them into a pile somewhere and we can do something with them. Anyway, the gate opened, although it's a hedged field anyway, so I wouldn't have had a problem. It could have just driven through the hedge if I needed to. Actually, probably should have the beacons on as well. We are turning in here. Should be indicating. Not that it matters if I'm indicating anyway, because traffic still overtakes whether you're indicating or not. A lot of low-lying mist again, because it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I suppose it's September. We're heading towards early evening. Early evening. So all the equipment and machinery is here and good to go. I thought I'd do it this way around because then the 8000's got a bit more oomph for pulling the trailer. This is going to Logistics Centre 2, which is in the town just over there. So I need to get cracking with this. And like I say, I'll give it a go. We'll see. I'll get some harvesting done first, because the 8000 has got a front 3-point, so we can put the forage pickup on the front of it and see if we can't throw some onions into the back of there. I'll be honest with you, is it good for the onions? I don't care. I don't like them. I mean, I like to eat them when they're cooked, but not raw. I say that though, it's funny because I don't mind red onions like sliced up in a salad with a bit of dressing, something like that maybe, but not just, you know, bite into an onion. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the charity event stream we did. So let's switch the front, turn that on, drop that down. Yeah, we've got that kind of hazy, misty look, haven't we? Switch the back, turn that on, drop that down. So we'll be good to go. It's reserved for contract work. Well, that's good because that's what I'm doing. I'll probably turn the beacons off now. Did I leave the other ones on there? Didn't remember doing that. Apparently I did. It's a solid looking bit of kit, isn't it? It really is a solid looking bit of kit. Right, everywhere you turn the views are just staggering. Off we go. Is this going to take a while? Yes, I know there is a... Why? What? We're harvesting. Why are you giving me that message? Buffoon. Oh, this is going to take a long time, isn't it? What have I let myself in for? I guess I should really put the old cruise controlage on. I'll get cracking. Hopefully when I do the next row that will disappear, because that's going to drive me insane if that stays. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know we're doing an onion harvest. Like I say, I forgot about potentially having some left over. I really do hope we have some left over. That would be awesome. Cool. I might see you in a little while when I'm part way through. Don't know how far through. I keep picking these jobs that take hours and hours to do off camera. Anyway. So here's a curiosity. All this equipment was given to me for the contract, right? So I'm using that. I've set a worker off on that. I thought, why not? We're going to make enough money. We can cover the worker fees. If not, I'll go and do a bit of fishing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We can cover that. This is picking up our onion and putting it on the floor. This, if you remember when I started the contract, I had that message. I thought it was because I was right on the edge of the field, saying the equipment is reserved for contract work. This... which is switched on, and I even thought, oh, maybe I haven't set the thing right, so I've set it to central rather than like left or right, whichever one it is, to unload. This is what's causing the problem. This is saying it's not working. I'll show you what I mean. So the front one's turned on. I'm on the front one at the moment. If I switch the back, turn that on, look, the vehicle is reserved for contract work. So, because I was doing a lovely little slow-mo pass, thought this would be good for the footage, but there were no onions coming over the back section. I thought, well, that's weird. Why is that not doing it? And it's because of that. I've raised it, I've lowered it, I've tried turning it on and off. I've done, yeah, look, the vehicle's reserved for contract work. If I put my bleep bloop back on, if I now switch pressing triangle back to my front piece of equipment, that sign will go away and it's fine. If I press triangle again and highlight the back piece of equipment, it keeps doing it. If I do that, pick it up, it's having absolutely zero impact on what I'm doing. I don't know why I've even got it on there. Not a lot of point really, is there? It's still putting the onions on the ground, and the onion collector is going around and it's collecting them, so it's not like something's not working. So I don't understand that. It's so bizarre. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd don't know if anyone else had the same problem. It's not like it's my own piece of equipment I bought. It was all given to me. I'm on the correct field. Contract's going up. Contract harvest field 25, 15%. So we're on the correct field. We're doing the right thing. Just it's not liking it for some reason. Oh well. It's 4:15. The field is harvested, and when I say harvested, topped. We've still got to collect everything. This is our first full load of 46,000 litres. I mean, technically it's harvested. We've got a full load in there which needs to be unloaded. But why I've waited is because what I'm going to do is we're going to take this to the drop-off point, then swing back by the farm. I've had to go with the Grimmer Veritron, and it does its job, and it will continue to do its job if it needs to. And we're going to go and grab the forage pickup header thing to see if we can't accelerate and catapult some onions into the trailer. If it doesn't work, then we'll go back to the Grimmer Veritron. But I'll be remiss if I didn't give it a go. Now, we can either turn that way, and up that turning and going the way we went towards the bank in the last episode, and through the town, which is probably not the best idea considering we're hauling a full load. So to avoid the public and getting in anyone's way, we can go up past the blue house, turn right past the farm, follow the road right way round, and we can come into the top of Kinlaig that way, which is where the point is we're supposed to be going to. We're in the big old Chungus JCB. Watch out for the bus coming the other way. Indicator off. That's used me indicators that time. Don't do it very often. I have had letters. You can tell this has got weight on it. It feels hefty. Now we're starting to pick up some speed, but I've got to be careful coming down the other way. It's interesting, I've still got tram lines, considering I've got tram lines turned off. Whoa, whoa, mama. Yep, going a bit too fast. That's the other interesting thing as well, isn't it? When you're out of cab, it doesn't seem to matter. Look at the reflections and the light on the windows. And yeah, when you're out of cab, it doesn't kind of bother you too much. When you're in cab, the speed is really obvious. Right, indicator there. So we are indicator off. Now, where's our drop-off point? I think it's here. Logistics centre. Let's double check that. I would say that's a definite. I haven't saved it, which is what I normally do. So if our money starts to go up, I've made a horrible mistake. I really hope it doesn't. Let's go for the grill. Dump onions. There we go. Money's not going up. Good. Concerning thing is this. We just dropped. Well, saying 16% transported, that went up 3%. So 46,000 litres was 3% of what we need to deliver potentially. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Let's follow the... Whoa! Should be looking the correct way, not over my shoulder. Exit. Right. So I'm always up to the farm. Let's grab this thing and give it a go. Because at the end of the day... What did I do that for? I was looking that way. This is our... Pillar. Again, pillar. This is our onion episode. At least giving it a go. So I'll see you back down the field in a minute. We'll have that on the front and give it a crack. Since we're going to be passing the farm anyway, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Whoa. Well, that little sports car was taking a chance, wasn't it? Indicator off. Must have been turn the beacons off. Now we're off the main road. I'll unload from the harvester first, make sure that's done. I mean, if this works, potentially this will be a lot quicker than using the Veritron. And if you're going to do your own harvesting, to pick up one of these is a lot cheaper than buying a Veritron. So, have I got enough room to turn here? I know I'm pushing that trailer, I can feel it. There we go. I'm sure people have already tried this. I'm sure someone messaged me. Who was it messaged me to say they'd had a go? I'm sure it was with this. And they said it worked, then stopped, and then worked, then stopped. Turn that off. Right. Just like an onion, this process has layers. Oh, I hope it works. Do this one go first. Come on. No. It doesn't. Well, I'll be. I would have put money on that working. It picks up everything else. I mean, does it need that other thing to lift them? Because that first thing kind of hard. Mind you, the Grimmer's picking them up. Oh man, I was so hoping that was going to work. That's down as low as it will go. That's doesn't matter if that's open or not. Raise and lower that. That's not going to make a difference. No, I just don't think it's just not set up for it, is it? Oh, that's a pity. Oh well. I'd say it's worth a try. So what we'll do then is next full load, we'll just take this back, turn it off, fold it back up, close that. I could have sworn someone said they'd given it a go and it was working. Oh well, okay. It's going to take a little bit longer than I was hoping. Whew. We're a little while. I mean, it'll pay out well, and like I say, if we have any onions left over, that's great. I'll probably do every third row, I guess. And away we go. What I did find interesting was that the onion harvester topper, when you set up the GPS for that, or when you turn the GPS on, the GPS for that is different to the GPS for this. I assume the pickup is bigger on this because it didn't quite overlay correctly. So where all my rows were done for this, when I turned on the harvester initially, well this initially, and I had it on a worker, it wasn't following the same rows that the other one had done, which seems weird considering they kind of, I guess, are supposed to work together. Anyway, oh, that's really bugged me, that has. I can probably do every row, but we are still giving it the onions. I'm doing every third row. We're 2/3 the way across the field. It's a funny shaped field. It's taken a while, but hey, I'm really happy. Apart from the fact it's onions, I'm really happy. I am going off them. I'm not going to lie. You can see why people switch over to bigger headers, faster equipment and machinery, anything by Chris S. Riley S. That's absolutely a given. It's interesting. I just said about giving it the onions. I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. That might be a good title for the thumbnail. So I looked up online. I thought, I better, I better make sure it's not something I've made up in my head. And it seems, you know, when every now you can switch it off, but now you do any search for anything. Oh, we're there. I'm going to have to drive over these. That's fine. Did I finish? Oh yeah. That normally stops. Yeah, so every time you do a search now, you get an AI answer, and the AI answer goes out into the world and finds. But most of it's nonsense. It's, you read it and you're thinking it's that kind of maybe, possibly. It's like, no, what, you know, I want an answer, not a possible from, you know. I'm getting a lot of juddering today. That's weird. And I've always it was always give it the beans, give it the onions, you know, foot on the whoosh pedal, all that kind of stuff. And when you look online and look it up, it says that give it the beans is the English version of give it the onions, which is a US version, which isn't really used in the UK. I've always heard that growing up. It was always give it the onions or give it the beans, whichever, you know. And then there was a whole load of other things that apparently it meant things I'd never ever heard of. Things it was very peculiar. Anyway, so I'm giving it the onions, and which is kind of bizarre because I'm taking the onions out of the ground, but we're you know what I mean. Anyway, and we are, but like I said right at the start of the episode, we are so off piste from where I intended to be, where you know, the plan in my head of what this episode was going to be. Again, it's that kind of something happens you weren't expecting. I've had loads of people messaging me about the grass field, about the situation with precision farming on. Farmer Foley reached out, the lovely Nina's reached out about different things to try. So I guess I'll just be trying different things, I suppose. Apparently, I think using the roller you still can, and it makes the grass grow faster. Maybe it eliminates the growth stage. I don't know. It's weird. I think there's some serious testing on precision, because it's that thing of, like I've said, I'm not big into the numbers. I'm not, you know, at the end of the day, if it takes 3 months for the grass to grow till it's fully grown, because it can be ready to harvest after 2, fully grown, you know, good to go. With precision farming, you know, if I have to give it some fertilizer, I'll give it some fertilizer. If I can avoid it, fine. If it's fully grown in 2 months rather than 3, at the end of the day, you know, I'll just cut it when it's ready and we'll just do our thing. But like I say, appreciate everyone reaching out, and we'll kind of see what happens. I might go over it because it was suggested using a weeder, that a weeder would work, and the weeder had at least one off camera and tried it. The weeder had the same impact as the roller did. It flattened the grass down, it darkened the ground, which is what you normally get when you're getting the extra fertilising state, but nothing changed on my precision farming nitrogen window. But if doing that means the grass is ready to harvest a month earlier, then potentially it's worth doing. I don't know. Anyway, so I just thought I'd say, look, here we are. We're working our way across. We're getting there. I've done a second full load. That's why we're up to 86% of the contract completed. I know I said earlier, I think when I started doing some editing of the episode, and it said that I delivered 16% of the contract, and then I said it's gone up 3%. What I mean is like 3% of the overall contract, but 16% of what needs to be delivered has been delivered. Now I've done 2 loads. I think I'm up to 32, or I think I'm at 33% delivered for 2 full loads, and that's taken up another 3% on the overall contract. So like I say, we'll just see. We'll keep going. I'm getting a full load on here every couple of rows at the moment. Is it every couple or every third? Anyway, it depends on the length of the run, of course, but yeah. Will I do another onion harvest? If we get if there's an update to the Chris S. Riley S. Harvester stuff, and I bring out if it gets added to the root crop vegetable header for the sugar beet harvester, or there's a new header comes out just for onions, yeah, maybe. I know using the stuff you get with it is how it's supposed to be done. That's why I want to do a contract. You know, before jumping straight into, look, there's this cool new bit of kit that saves you a ton of time, you know, do it properly, well, at least once, and then once you've decided you really hate doing it, and you can move on to something else. I'm still puzzled by that rear section, why that wasn't working at all. I don't understand. Anyway. I'm not going to lie, ladles and jelly spoons, I am a little bit concerned. We are down to our last few strips. I brought it down, you saw me, in our workshop. We've added on the extra sides on our own trailer because I suddenly thought, what if the contract completes and we've still got onions on the ground? That would be remiss of me. So I filled up our trailer. I've just taken another load of 46,000s. That trailer's only got one load in it at the moment, and we're nearly, well, on the next one. When I dropped that load off, it said 63% delivered. 63% is not hugely past 50%, and we are way beyond 50% of the field collected. It's also showing 93% top right. Each load of 46,000 litres has been about 3%, which by my calculations means I've got to do another 2 full loads of 46,000, which will take me to 99% of the contract, unless something weird happens and it changes, and I don't know. But by my calculations, what we've got in our trailer, because our trailer is smaller, it's only 31,000 litres, not 46, which that one is up there. And what we've got left on the field is not going to give me another 46,000 litres there, so I'm starting to worry that we're going to be really short on this contract. Like I say, unless something bizarre happens and we take another load up and all of a sudden it magically hits 100%. So yeah, I really don't like onions anymore. When I started this, I was full of hopes and dreams and aspirations for the future, and isn't this cool, and we're getting to use, you know, new equipment and machinery, we're getting to do the new crop type that Highlands Fishing brought, and this is awesome. And now I'm no. Especially if this contract fails. If this contract fails, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. I have slowed down time just this last bit, simply because I didn't want to finish in the pitch black. It's not great for viewing for you guys to watch, and it's I just didn't want. I didn't want to finish in the dark, so I'll just put it on half speed for this last bit, because I don't know. Now we're into September, you kind of get that thing. It starts to get a little bit darker, then all of a sudden, wallop, you get like someone flicks a switch and we're in darkness. So I'll see in a bit. We'll see what the end result of this is. It could be bad. Right, I'm in my tractor with my trailer. The other one is over there. The other one's got 26,000 litres in it. This has got 31.9. Onions? Funyuns? Not fun. Not at the moment. So this is where we find out. This is where we find out how angry MrSealyp is going to be. I'm hoping contract completes with whatever's in here. It's not going to. Not even close. We have a severe problem. What the? Oh, come on. There's no way. I have not got 27% worth of the contract in that trailer. If 3% is 46,000 litres, I've got 31.9. We're 5% short of the entire contract. This makes no sense. Oh dear. If we don't have enough to complete this contract, fuming. There's me saying, if we've got some left, we can bag them, we can do whatever. How optimistic, how naive of me to believe that this is ridiculous. Nope, we've had it. There you go. That's it. The entire field done. Everything delivered. Everything was there. 97% of the whole contract complete. 84% of the onions required delivered. I'm going to find a pub. Onions can kiss my artichokes. What the... Oh geez, this town's lucky it's pretty. So my only option now, if I can find somewhere, and if you watch my setting up the map video, you'll know that I've got a buy anything silo down where all the warehouse and all the stuff like that is. We set that up for emergencies. So the only thing I can do now is buy onions to complete the contract to get paid. But the problem is 3% is 46,000 litres. So I've got to buy 46,000 litres potentially of onions. What's that going to cost me? I'm being scammed here. Oh, okay, you might have guessed. If it had been David, that would have made more sense. Anyone else have this problem? That's saying 98%. That's saying 97%. Make your mind up. Which is it? Oh, I'm really annoyed now. Really annoyed. I'm genuinely curious now. Right, so if it is technically 3% that I've got to deliver, or 3% of the contract, and each full load was 3% of the overall contract, 84% has been delivered crop-wise, and I'm kind of blocking up the car park here. I'm going to go down, and we're going to, with our 206,000, we're going to purchase a full load of onions. Actually, that's a good point. Are onions even on the... Oh, they might not even be available. They might not be on the multi-fruit buy station. If that hasn't been updated... If I can't buy them... And this isn't my fault. This isn't like I've kept some back. I've sneakily hidden some somewhere and, you know, the farmer's going to refuse to pay me. I'm telling you now, the amount of hours I've put into this so far... Right. Let's head down. Tell I'm angry because I'm going down through the town. I'm not fussed about the public now. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm bringing my big tractor and trailer through the middle of the town. I'm gonna have to go and have words with Katie. Well, so I don't know if this is going to work. We'll try. If I can't buy them, then I'm gonna have to go and speak to Duncan at the bank and just say, look, what do I do here? Because I need some kind of payment, and if I fail that contract and I haven't delivered any of the onions, well, I've delivered some of the onions, but not all of them, I'll get clobbered. And no one likes a clobbering. I mean, I'm almost 100% certain this isn't going to work because, let's say, I don't think it's got the stuff it needs. So this is what we set up on the... loads of people sent me stuff how to get that to go to the road. I appreciate that. Actually, you know what? Shall we just try and drive in? We've got quite a big unit here. Come on, the onions. No onions. The problem is we can go to the warehouse and we can buy onions bagged, but I don't think if you've got onions bagged we can put them back in, and they cost a fortune. To buy onions bagged, it actually costs way more than you're actually getting by selling onions bagged, so I'm in a bit of a sticky wicket here. I say, I don't know if any of you have experienced the same problem with contracts on here. There were some weeds in the field, but I thought all of that had been sorted a while back. You know, it's not my fault. If I take on a contract and there have been previously weeds in the field, it looked like they've been dealt with actually, that you could still complete contracts. And after several hours of doing all of that, which again, another, I know a lot of people, when I said this before about what was it, the animal pen, something else, I said, why is everything broken? Oh, I couldn't get the water tank to work with the animal pen, and I had to try a different one, and people were messaging me saying this is the problem, the game's broke, you know. And this is what I keep saying, this is so frustrating because this map is phenomenal and I love what Giants have done. I love all the work that's gone into it. I think it's fantastic and I love all the new cool stuff and I think it's absolutely brilliant. But this is what puts people off. This is why people get angry and frustrated. And I'm angry and frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. I'm salty. Maybe we could do salted onions. Oh no, we can't do salted onions. We've got no onions left. We haven't got enough. So, yeah. I need some kind of recompense. I need some kind of payment from the farmer because I've done the work. It's not my fault there wasn't enough in the field to do it all, and I've harvested everything that was there. So, on that bombshell, next episode is just going to be a sign up for half an hour. I'll do a half an hour episode. Just a sign that says gone fishing. And I'll just leave that sat for half an hour. You can sit and look at that sign. Just gone fishing. Had enough. Okay. I'm genuinely, I'm really bummed. I'm really fed up. So if I complete this now, I'm going to get, I'm just curious, actually, what I'm going to do. Let's come down to here. Let's save the game. I know this isn't very narrative driven, is it, this bit? So I can't complete because it hasn't completed. If I cancel now, lose all payment, 21,498, I'm going to get clobbered. Missing crops. The missing crops are worth 19,938 plus the least cost of the equipment machinery. I'm out of pocket 21,498. No, that's not on. So not only have I not been paid, I'm now out of pocket. So I'm what, 50 grand? 21,000. I should have got paid 29, maybe say 28. So I'm 50 grand out. I ain't having that. Not having it. And so begins the trudge back. I'm going to go and pick up my tractor. That's all I say. There we go. That's the end of this episode. Sorry it hasn't ended on a happier note. But let that be a warning. Let's say. I mean, oh, there's loads of harvest contracts now. I'm loath to take one on. Do I take the chance and do another one? Not an onion one. I'm not touching onions again. They can do one. 0121 do one onions. Anyway, it's difficult to say. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.